Hello and welcome. I am so happy you are here today with me. My name is Lisa and this is my channel Cross by Floss, where I talk about my love of cross stitch and like blabbings and stuff. So welcome. If you are a new subscriber, I hope you like what you see, subscribe, like, do all the things. And if you are returning, thank you so much for coming back and hanging out with me today. I really love it. Okay, so I have a lot to cover. Excuse me. Sorry. I have a lot to cover in this video today. But first of all, complete apologies, because in video 54, I had put some things up for drawings. And then in video 55, completely forgot to do them. There were other things in video 55 that I forgot also, but if I had remembered, then it would have been 100 years long, and it was already long, right? So buckle up, because I feel like this one might be a long one too. You're gonna hear Mr. Odin. He is hanging out beside me. We're gonna get into him and his life update in a little bit. But first, because I did miss the winners from the last video, and again, I apologize, I'm going to do those first. So, and I'm going to flash your name across the bottom of the screen, just so that, you know, in case my pronunciation is incorrect, you have it. So, the winner of the shoes was Miss Laura Judd. Miss Laura Judd, all one word. And I will have that down along the bottom. The second one was Elephant, and this is going to Debbie Sisk. Debbie Sisk. And then this one that the love is going to Melody Thomas. Melody Thomas. And then the Christmas cutout Santas, this one was Santa, and this is going to Char J57. Char J57. In fact, Char, I sent you an email today, so if you just respond to that and send me your information, that'd be awesome. And then Lighthouses. This was Lighthouses, and this is going to Charlo 52. Let me put on my glasses. Whoa. Yeah, Charlo 52. I had a shower and now my glasses are wet. And then this one was Moon, and this is going to Fairy Rose. Fairy Rose. So congratulations, everyone. If you get hold of me, I will have my information in the description below. You can either send me a DM via Instagram or email me by my email. So congratulations to all the winners. And again, I apologize. Yeah, completely slipped my mind. And they were sitting right next to me too. So weird. Anyways, okay, so it's been 2 weeks since my last video. And I was so excited because 2 weeks ago, I got to do a real live stitching meetup with some stitching friends that I love getting together with them. It was so much fun. The location was fantastic for stitching, and even though it was too short, I mean, I was late, clearly. I mean, I am never on time. This is something, if anybody ever knows me, never on time. But it was just so much fun. I had done my video earlier that morning, and it took forever, and I mean forever to upload, forever. Like, it didn't get uploaded until late that night. So, man, I hope this one doesn't take that long. And it wasn't even as long as the other video that I'd had, which took like maybe an hour to upload. It was crazy. It was crazy. I don't know why. Anyway. So yeah, so the stitching meetup, that was so much fun. I look forward to our next one, because girl time, well, stitching friend time is always fun, right? Mr. G had come home in between those 2 weeks, and he went and got his second booster, And I tell you what, that poor man, he went down. He was down for 3 days. So, yeah, that was fun. I mean, he still managed to smoke me some awesome dinners. So that was awesome. But yeah, he was not feeling good. Honestly, I don't think he was feeling good beforehand. And so, you know, that just kind of took whatever reserves he had. He had been complaining about not feeling well before, but because he was home for 4 days, he decided to get his booster then, and just in case, you know, it would have been horrible to have gotten the booster and then had to go out the next day and not feel good. So, but he was able to sleep and rest up and do all the things that he needed to, and he was fine by the time he left. So that was fun. Also in those 2 weeks, you guys, I feel like my car is cursed. No joke. So if you've been with me for a while, you've heard some of the saga over my car. It is a new car. I mean, it is 2017. I bought it in 2017. Yeah. So it's not like super old. And in that time, I didn't even have it for like 4 months, and it got speared, for a lack of a better word, by the poor guy who delivered lumber to our house, and gardening materials. So my car was in for a really long time getting fixed. Then I'd locked myself out of my car and had like all my information in the car, like my wallet, my keys, and my phone. And so in the ensuing saga of my daughter having to come and rescue me, and then finally we got AAA, and then I'd had like a minor, the girl like seriously bumped me. It was nothing major. Well, last Thursday, yeah, it's been like 10 days, whatever that is, 10, 11 days. I had a guy rear end me while we were stopped at a light, and I had Mr. G and the little in the car because we just picked her up from school. And let me just say that if I had been by myself, the other person, I don't want to say too much just in case, like, you know, we have to go into anything above where we are right now for the accident. But it was very clear that the poor gentleman was having a very bad day who hit me. Thankfully, there was a witness who actually stopped because he thought I was by myself and was afraid for me because the gentleman, again, like I said, was having a very bad day. Everybody seems fine. I actually got hurt a little more than I thought I was going to, and so dealing with that. And then last Friday, I had some dental work done, and we thought, did you know that crowns leak? I didn't know crowns leaked. So yeah, anyways, I had a crown that leaked, and it has gone into a root canal situation. So the poor dentist, she was like, she did everything she could to potentially save that and not have to get into a root canal. But it was really clear once she got in there. So one Wednesday, I was in having that done. And then the next week, Friday, I had to go in. So that was, 2 days ago. I'm on Sunday right now. So I had to have a root canal done on Friday. So in like 9 days, that side of my mouth and that poor tooth was just, oh man. So that was good times. It was super good times. So hopefully, I actually have to have a bit more dental work done. Apparently, I have 2 teeth that have to be removed. I'm not a good candidate for a bridge, and so implants are going to happen. I'm real freaked out about it. So if you've ever had implants, teeth implants, let me know how that went, because I am legitimately freaked out about it. And I even went so far as to ask him if we just had them removed, like, do I have to go any step further? And unfortunately, because I have long roots and my bone density is going away, like I have very little bone left apparently, and it's too close to my sinus, I need to at least have one, if not both, of the implants done, which, you know, is also super expensive. Anywho, so yeah, that all happened in like 2 weeks, you guys, since I've seen you last. Also, it is Mr. G's birthday today, so we are only 2 days apart, but a year apart. But for 2 days, we're 2 years apart, and I lord that over him greatly. He's so much fun. I love doing it. But he's on the road, and then my birthday is on Tuesday, and he has already bought my gift. It's already being delivered to the house. I've already opened it because spoilers. I have a hard time keeping anything a secret. So yeah, so happy birthday to Mr. G, even though I know I'm fairly certain he does not watch my Flosstube videos. And then Mr. Odin, just a quick update on Mr. Odin. We are no longer going to say the S word with Mr. Odin, because every time we do, he then has one. So, since I've seen you last, he's had 2. And on the second one, yeah, they just keep escalating. So I called the vet and I was like, okay, this medication works, but I mean, he's still having them. He's not having the clusters, but he's still having them. And, you know, what can we do? And he was like, well, you know, we can go back to the CAT scan or the MRI to let us know. And I was like, yeah, we're not going to do that. So again, quality of life, you know, so we just put him on some additional, like a topper to the meds that he is on, and then also recommended CBD oil for the dog. So, on my Instagram, I posted a picture of Odin's meds, his like pill organizer, because he gets them morning and night. And so I found this really cool pill organizer that had like morning and night for a whole month. And because there's several of us in the house that need to give him medication, it's just easier for us to have that visual instead of in the bottle in a cupboard and then saying, did you do it? Did you do it? You know, so at least it's a big visual on the counter if it's being done or not. And we just take out the day and put it on the counter, and then know at the end of the evening that everything is done, and put that one back and put the new one out. So that works really, really well. But because I did have to get more meds, I did talk about this in a prior video, but if you, like, obviously I don't have pet insurance for him. I've never done pet insurance, and medications can be very expensive, right? But not just if you don't have insurance. So my daughter, who worked in the medical field, she had told me about GoodRx. The word good and then the letter R and the letter X, and I'm going to link that down below. It is a free site. You just type in goodrx.com, and then you type in your medication and the quantity that you have, the dosage that it is, all of the things, and make sure, because sometimes like some are like extended release or whatever, and that makes a difference in the cost. And then it will pop up with a list of all of the pharmacies around you who carry that medication and how much it will be. And they vary widely, like very widely. And so the last time I bought him this medication, I ended up paying I don't remember how much I paid. I think I paid $253, something like that. Anyways, it was in the 200s. Because where I bought it, I did not know that different places would have it cheaper. And so I just, you know, found it, got it, and purchased it from a pharmacy I will never go to again. Not only because it was much more expensive for the medication, but also the customer service in the pharmacy was less than thrilling. And so anyways, I went to Fred Meyer, and they were going to charge me $300 and some odd dollars for it. I got it for $25.73. $25.73 from $300 and some odd dollars. Like I want to say it was $372, something like that. Anyways, so GoodRx. GoodRx is good for whether you have insurance or not. Like if you don't have insurance, then obviously you can get your meds a lot cheaper. Or if you do have insurance, sometimes the cost of that insured medication is actually more than it is on GoodRx. So just check. I mean, I did that with one of my son's medications. He has a asthma, you know, puffer thingy. And so, and I paid like $25 for that normally for each visit that he had, or for each refill that he has. And I put that into GoodRx. It would, even with my insurance and everything, it was $12.72. I mean, it's more stitching money, right? So anyways, I just thought that I would do a PSA on that because honestly, I think a lot of people don't know about it. And medications can be very, very expensive, especially if you take several. And if you can save some money on that, great. And the quality, the medication is not any different. They give it to you at the price that it is in GoodRx, and it is the medication that you've been prescribed. So it's not a knockoff. It's not anything different. It is the exact same medication that you were prescribed. So yeah. Okay. So I also need to do a correction because last video, I kept calling Mary Wigglesworth. I kept saying that it was 1811. It is not. I was even looking at it. It's 1812. It's Mary Wigglesworth, 1812. I apologize to Hands Across the Sea. Apparently I can't. The brain sometimes does not connect to what it actually sees or speaks. I don't know. But anyways, I needed to make that correction because, whew, that's not good, Lisa. It's not good. Okay. I also, see, I told you there's a lot of blabbing. I'm so sorry. Also, I want to just say how great our community is. So remember how last video I had done like a kind of a call out for Queen of Peace pattern, that if anybody had it, you know, that was willing to have me buy it or even loan it, how grateful I would be. I had so many people reach out to me. You guys, you are awesome. Like, I cannot even express how wonderful this community is. I have been part of many communities, many, and this one by far is the most generous that I'm just blown away. So thank you all. I also had several people reach out and ask about the patterns that I had as duplicates, and they have all been spoken for. So if I had already contacted you, then you knew that you were, you know, that we had made some sort of agreement on that or whatever the case is. But I want to go into some stitchy kindness because, I mean, again, totally blown away. I had somebody DM me and say, I have Queen of Peace and let's talk. So we did, and she is loaning me her pattern. So, and really funny story, when I got in contact with her, I said, you know, I'm so excited, blah, blah, blah. And she is like, okay, so I know, you know, I don't want to stress you out, but, you know, if you can give it back within, you know, this certain amount of time. And I'm like, I am going to ditch every whip I have after June, after StitchCon, because I already have some plans up to there. But after StitchCon, game on, people. And this is all you're going to see. Okay, with the exception of Pet All the Dogs, because on the 17th I have committed to Miss Betty White's birthday 100 stitches, because I love me some Betty White. So other than that one, you are going to see this until she is done. I am going to stitch her like she is my most important job on this earth. So I am busy kitting her up. You guys, the amount of treasures and beads for her, she gonna be expensive, girl, but that's okay. I don't care. I am so thrilled. And the lady who loaned me this pattern, she forever has my gratitude. Like, I'm just, so many of you did reach out, but she was the first one that I had contacted, and she sent it out right away. And I mean, I was shocked because it wasn't even like priority mail or anything. I would have like had it made your signature, you know, whew, that's trust. So thank you so much. And, you know, one good turn always receives more. So I'm just, thank you. Okay, and then so many of you also sent me private DMs saying, I just watched Leslie Hurley's Fat Cat Flossing's videos and you won this pattern. And thank you guys for having my back, because, you know, I mean, I had watched her video and I had responded to her, but thank you, because, you know, there are so many videos that you can watch. And I am gonna be honest that sometimes I start videos, especially up on my big screen, and I fall asleep. And then I'll wake up and I'm like several videos into somebody else and I'm like, oh, okay. 90% of the reason why I also don't comment all that often. But I do, like, if I know that I've missed things, I do go back. But so I had won this chart from Leslie and it arrived safe and sound. So thank you so much. I'm so happy, because y'all know how I feel about Plum Streets. But apparently I will not be starting this anytime soon, because y'all know, got me some Queen of Peace. And then my lovely friend Nadine from Nad's X Stitch, and I'm going to talk about her later too, but she sent me her copy of Miss Black Swallowtail, because she had finished it, and I had said, oh, I love that, that's so pretty, and she's like, I will send it to you. So thank you so much, Nadine. It was such a lovely surprise in the mail, and I mean, what better to get beautiful patterns in the mail from your stitching friends? So sweet. And then she sent me a lovely card. So thank you, Miss Nadine, and happy birthday to you, my little birthday twin, because she also is an April birthday. However, I believe that she's a Taurus, like my other friend Amy, and also my little is a Taurus. So but it's funny because Mr. G and I are Aries, and I seem to surround myself either with Aries or Tauruses, so love it. So that was my stitchy kindness, and thank you all so much. All right, how about we go into whips? I did do some things. Not a whole lot of things, but I did do some things. Okay, so in my last video, I could not for the life of me remember, and I should know this off by heart, but I for the life of me could not remember this pattern's name. It was Marie Angenon, oh, let's get it right, 1888. And this is a pattern I purchased off of the Roland Designs website. And this had been my car piece. It's a red sampler I'm doing on 20 count. I think it's a 20 count. Ada, and let's see here. What did I do with my board? I don't know. Okay. It was my previous car piece, and I have kind of ditched it a little bit in favor of another one, but I have done a little bit more on this piece since you last saw it. And if I have a before video, I'll put that, or before picture, I'll put that up. But yes, I had done, I think, a little bit more in this side border, and I think, I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure that I've done something since you've last seen it. And if not, well, you got to see what I didn't do. So this is the pattern that I am doing instead as my car piece when I go pick up the little, which I'm not doing very often anymore, so I'm not getting as much work done on this, but it is La-Di-Da, and it's Live, Laugh, Love. Yeah, Live, Laugh, Love. And it's so pretty. So that's what the pattern actually looks like. And it's only 3 colors. It's Gloriana Silks. It is so lovely to work on. And I'll put a before, because I have that picture up. And then, oops. Okay, well, there's a thread in there, so excuse my thread. But this is where I've gotten to now. So I'm almost finished this motif here. I ran out of the color, and I was like, okay, well, when I pull that color out again, I'll just finish up that, just like I was going to do with the green. And then I pulled the blue out again, and I got this little part in here, and then I started doing a little bit more of the border, and then this is another motif, or a bordering of a motif. I find this blue so nice to work with. It has the lightest of variegations to it. And I am doing this on a piece of, I think it's 16 count Aida that I coffee, tea, and baked. And I have heard recently that coffee dyed fabrics may not lend themselves to long-term longevity, I guess, and that your stitches or your fabric may fade, or because coffee is acidic, right? So that there may be the potential of stitching disintegrating in the future, possibly. I don't know. I mean, if that's the case, I'm just thinking that it makes it look oldish and like a sampler, right? That falls apart with age. So, but I guess the point being that if you have a piece that maybe you're using as an heirloom piece, might not be the best to do on a coffee tea dyed piece. I you know, use your judgment. But that's just what I had heard recently in the community, and I'd never thought about it before. I was always like, oh, coffee tea dyed, you know, it looks so nice and aged and vintage and cool. And so I'd never honestly thought about it before, but that makes sense. Okay, the next piece I'm going to show you is, I've done so much on this one too, is my Nora Miss Ginko. This one here. And I'm going to throw in a before picture. And, oh, I should have left the pattern out, because these Mirabilia patterns are great for putting behind your Q-snap. Let's do it the other way, maybe. And you don't see that. There we go. Maybe that's better. Look at how much I got done. Oh, she's so pretty. She's so pretty. So I do a few stitches a night in her. She actually just stays in the Q-snap, and her bag is at the end of my bed. When Mr. G isn't home, I have my Q-snap and some cross stitch on my bed. And so when Mr. G's not home, I have time to do this while I'm watching TV or whatever. And but I love this. I love this. She is coming along. So she is being stitched on a 16 count white chocolate mocha latte. I don't remember. I mention it almost every video that I'm in, and of course it's hiding It's hiding in between the folds somewhere, but I want to say that it's vintage white mocha, I think. Maybe it's French latte. I don't know, it's some coffee thing. But she's pretty. I am loving her. So I'm planning on doing some stitching on her today. So just a little, because I have a focus piece for April because it's my birthday and she's coming up. She's coming up. Okay, then the other piece that I did, so Mirabilias. I love Mirabilias, as do many of you. And I started a hashtag on Instagram called Mira Monday Stitching. And that's just to help if you have a Mira, but you know, you don't always put her in rotation or not, you know, whatever, that maybe it's just a day to take her out and put some stitches in it, or you're so close to a finish on one of them that you just do that. And so there's so many lovely people uploading to that hashtag. So it's Mira Monday Stitching, and I love seeing the progress, especially for people who are working on one Mira, and to see where it was when they started and their updates is so cool. It is so cool. So thank you for not only, you know, joining that, but then several people have been shouting out that hashtag as well. And so more people are coming because of that. And I love that. So please tag me. I do try to get on, I'm not on Instagram every single day, but I do try to at least heart every single picture in there, and then make a comment as I can. So you guys are such an awesome community. Anyways, last month, I focused on Millennium Angel, and that's what she looks like. She's a beauty. And so she just got stitched every Monday for, you know, when I have time. Mondays are very hard for me because it's Monday and work and all of those things and the little and you know, tired after the weekend, blah blah blah. But so yeah, I managed to get some progress in though. The last Monday in March was actually kind of a rough day, I think, and so I did not get as much stitching in. I'm gonna put a before picture in, but I believe that all I really got done was this little area in here. I believe. I think everything else was done, but isn't that lovely? It's coming along. There's so much white. I don't know why I keep choosing patterns with so much white. There's a lot of white. The next one's gonna have a lot of white too. You're gonna see her in a minute. But if you like Mirabilias, I'll talk about that in a second, but she is a lovely stitch. She is being done on a piece of Witchelt Ada called Rain in 16 count. You guys, I'm loving this Ada. Loving it. It is soft. It's easy. It feels good in the Q snap. I love it. Okay, so it is April. In a couple of days, it will be my birthday, April 12th. And because I love Mirabilias, I had to have a Mirabilia start. And so this is going to be a focus piece for all of April. And if you would like to join me, I, you know, put together like a birthday sal. I think I called it April Mira Birthday Sal, but I've created like 3 hashtags just in case, because I couldn't remember what I said by the time I went to go create the hashtag. So I think that there's one called Mira Birthday April Sal, April Birthday Mira, I don't know. Anyways, there's 3 of them. They're in with this photo. Because I cannot get myself together and I can't remember what I say. It's becoming a problem. Okay, so I chose April's Blue Diamond. If you want to see this finished, you need to go and watch Fiber Arts Amy. She did this, and she's actually what inspired me to get this done, because I have bypassed all of the month fairies. I think that they're beautiful, but I was like, meh. I saw hers and I was like, why am I not at the very least doing my birth date? May's is beautiful too, which is when my granddaughter was born. And I believe the October one, which is when my daughter was born, is beautiful. So yeah, May, the little, October, my daughter, April, myself. So I may have to do all three of them, but not anytime soon. She's a beauty. She is just a beauty. This is a close-up. She does have quite a few beads and treasures to her, but they so make the pattern, I think. Yeah, she's pretty. Okay, not as much progress as I've wanted, because like I told you guys, there was a few unforeseen circumstances, like the cavity, aka root canal, and then the accident, and then Mr. G being down for 4 days, though he left before April, so actually he had nothing to do with it. I just blame him if I can. And that's what I got done. I'm actually really pleased with this progress because there is a lot of white. No joke. There's a lot of white. There are 3 skeins of white. And I had to laugh because Nadine at Nad's X Stitch, she also, or maybe she's cross stitch. I should actually pay attention when she mentions her channel. It's Nadine to me, but she's Nad's X Stitch, and I will link her down below. But she also started this for the April birthday sale, and which is not really a sale because you guys know I can't, that's too much pressure. There's no start, there's no end. I don't worry about it. Like seriously, I'm not, But she started this, and all she was able to kit up was the 3 skeins of white and a Krynic, and I giggled. I for legit giggled that she's just so sweet that she wanted to start this on my birthday for my birthday sale, and that and also because her birthday's in April, but she's doing chatelaine for her birthday start. So but just so sweet. Anyways, that's what I got done. I was so tired of all the white that I actually had to come in and put in some of the blues and teals and greens, which are all beautiful. What I do not have is the Krynics for this. I mean, I actually do have Krynics here somewhere, but I hate Krynics. And so I'm hoping I can find Petite Treasure Braid for that. But yes, what fabric is this on? You ask. I don't remember. Does it say somewhere? You guys, for real? Oh yeah, no, I do know. It's 16 count platinum. Duh. 16 count platinum. Platinum is one of my go-tos if I don't know what color to do my Mira on, and I really want to start her, but I just can't get myself together. So along the lines of Miras, I didn't start Miras, and I've talked about this a lot, but I didn't start Miras for a very long time. I collected them, but I did not start them for a very long time because I was so intimidated, not only because of the Krynic, but the beads, and also how big the patterns were. I had never worked on anything that large before. I have since obviously gotten over that because I've done a couple of years of Mira Mania, which I will talk about later too. And then I have a ton of Mira Nora whips on the go. And I encourage you, if you have been a collector like me and have been afraid like me, I encourage you, there is no specialty stitches in a Mira. There are some fractionals, and then there's the Krynic and the beads. If you, and it can be expensive to kit up a Mira depending on how many beads, treasures, specialty floss, or Krynics she has. I have since learned, well, I found this out a year ago, I think. You don't have to use beads, and you don't have to use the specialty flosses, and you don't have to use the Krynic. You can, there are conversions, and I'm going to link them below, but I actually have them up. You can, there's a conversion for Mill Hill beads, which is fantastic. So it's the Mill Hill bead to DMC. So you just find the color that the Mill Hill bead is supposed to be, and then what the corresponding DMC color is. And you can do it in the DMC color. It's this has not been updated since 2010 though. This is on their site, the Mill Hill bead site. So I don't know if there's like a more recent one, or even if they've introduced more beads since 2010, which I would think they would have. But anyways, that list is not being updated. From the bottom, it says 2010. So just be aware of that. There may be a newer one. And then the same with the Krynic. There's a Krynic conversion chart for Krynic to DMC. So this one's a little bit more confusing. It's a little more confusing. I haven't quite figured out. I haven't quite figured out how it is that they've put this together. Yeah, but you find your DMC color, or you find your Krynic color in here, and then it will tell you what your corresponding DMC color is. So there's no need. And I'm sure that the Caron water lilies that she uses, I'm sure that there's a conversion for that as well. So if you're afraid of that, then I mean, there's that. There's also several patterns that she has done, whether they're in the Nora line or the Mirabilia line, that don't have either as many beads. Like for the Miss Ginko, there's no Krynic in her at all. No Krynic. There's very few beads. So really, honestly, don't be afraid of your Miras or your Noras. Give them a try. And I am going to be doing Stitch Mania again, but as I've done in the last couple of years, Mirabilia, and that's where I start a new Mira every Monday, and then I work on her from Monday through Friday, and then I upload on Saturday. So it's kind of vlog style. If you've watched those in the past, I loved that. And I do Nora November too. So I'm looking forward to November. Ooh, that means I'm really gonna have to get on Queen of Peace, huh? Maybe I'll just incorporate her into Nora November. Yeah. Anyways, I will work it out. But it's so much fun. I love the vlog style of Mira Mania and Nora November. So, and this year I am going to actually do a free pattern. And the free patterns also don't have any Krynic, I believe. I'll have to double check. And very few beads. Now, before I started beading on my Miras, I practiced on a Mill Hill kit. And that seemed to me the easiest and cheapest way to figure out whether or not I was going to like beading, how beading was going to work for me, and all of that. So maybe that's something that you might want to try. There's a lot of really cool Mill Hill kits out there, and not super expensive. So that might be something that you would like to try. The difference for Mill Hill kits is that they're on perforated paper, and you know, obviously when you're doing patterns, they're on some type of fabric, whether it's Aida or linen or even weave or whatever you're choosing. You can do those Mill Hill kits on fabric. I have, and it works fantastic. So just make sure that you're using the right size for the beads that it comes with. So just my suggestions. And then also at this time, I want to kind of give you a list of people that I watch who do miras. So, and there's this by no means is a complete list. There are many Flosstubers in the community who do miras. I may not either watch them or have knowledge of them. So the list that I'm going to give you are the people that I consistently watch or have found recently that do Mirabilias. So if you are interested in getting a community of Mira and Nora Stitchers, here is a list I'm going to give you. So the very first one that I ever found was Sarah from Stitch and Mommy. She actually was one of the first Mirabilia stitchers that I saw who helped me kind of overcome my fear of stitching, because I think it was her that said, it's just one X at a time. So, and when that was said, it clicked something in my brain. I'm like, okay, I can do everything else. Like, why is that a problem? So why are my miras a problem? And so she was the very, very first one that I ever watched who inspired me. And I'm going to link all of these below so that you can, you know, if you don't have pen and paper right now and aren't writing them down. So Sarah from Stitch and Mommy, Amy, Fiber Arts Amy, love her. And if you are looking also for chatelaines, she has an extensive, oh my gosh, her library of chatelaines is just awesome, as is her Mirabilias. So go watch Amy. She is lovely. Love her. Vicky, the Virginia Stitcher, she also does lavender and lace patterns as well. And I just found her not too long ago, and she has beautiful Mirabilias. So she's also a great one to go watch. Janet from Janet Jabber, she pulls out a queen, seasonal queen each season. So right now she's working on Spring Queen. Yes, Spring Queen. She had just finished Winter Queen not too long. She didn't finish it. She's been working on it through that season, and then when the season is done, she puts it away and pulls out the next season one and works on that until the season is done. And so it's lovely to see the progress. And her Winter Queen, she got so much done, and she's beautiful. She's beautiful. So also another really good one. Darren, Dizzy Stitcher, even though he does a ton of like Hades and more full coverage projects, he has done a few Mirabilias recently. He finished one which was absolutely gorgeous, and I know I'm gonna get her name wrong. I think it was Titania, might be the other one. I get them mixed up, but go watch him because he does also Mirabilias. James the PH Stitcher, I just found him. I really would love to do a spotlight on a stitcher, but I haven't watched enough of his videos to be able to do that. But he is going to be my spotlight on a stitcher in the future. So, but James the PH Stitcher, and PH for the Philippines. He lives in the Philippines. Oh my word. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Sarah, Memphis Sarah E. She also has some Mirabilias on the go, and her and I have her Mary Ashcraft also Mirabilias. So Sarah Memphis Sarah E and Mary Ashcraft, two different channels. They both were doing the Thanksgiving Harvest Fairy, and so I joined them with that, and they do Mirabilias. Mary is doing Santa Sleigh, and I know that I've seen progress on her Santa Sleigh not too long ago, and then Sarah has quite a few Mirabilias as well. Nadine from Nad's X Stitch. She is a prolific Mirabilia stitcher, and Nora. She loves Mira's and Nora's, and her work, and she gets them done fast. Man alive, fast. So definitely go check her out. Plus, she is another chatelaine stitcher. Beautiful. Her stitching is beautiful. Her channel's fantastic. Jessie Marie of Jessie Marie Does Stuff. She has had some beautiful Mirabilias that I have seen in the past, and she doesn't use the Mill Hill beads, or maybe I don't know, but I know that she's used Delica beads in the past for in place of the Mill Hill beads. So that was actually really interesting to me, because I didn't know you could use different beads, and so you learn so much from Flosstube, right? Yeah. And then Lynn of Lancashire Stitcher. Oh my goodness. She has so many. She also has done like Lavender and Laces, Told in a Garden, Butternut Road, whatever. All that line, I think. And as well as Mirabilia's. She's got some beautiful, beautiful ones. Yanni of Yanni Stitcher. Oh my word. Not only does Yanni stitch super fast and has like these pieces done so quickly, but I swear she has every Mirabilia and that she's worked on every single one of them. Oh my gosh, beautiful, beautiful. And they're hanging up on her walls. The eye candy behind her is just awesome. So another really good one to go watch. Amy Globetrotting Stitcher. I know I've mentioned her in the past. She calls hers Fancy Ladies, and she always has a fancy lady on the go. And so check her out as well. And then Kenny of Kenny Stitches. I've seen some Mirabilias and Kenny's. Kenny has not uploaded a video for quite some time. Yeah. I kind of miss him. I loved his videos. And then Kyle Stitching in Sound. So two gentlemen who I have seen who have stitched Mira's and or Nora's. And I think that Kyle also was a model stitcher for some of the zodiac sign pieces or series that Nora has put out. Beautiful. So that's just us. I mean, I'm sure that it's a very small drop in the bucket of Mirabilia stitchers on YouTube. Or Flosstube. Those are the ones that I personally watch and have enjoyed, and think that you should go watch too if you're not already. So yeah, how about a little bit of haul? Okay, so I have not much. My Be Stitch Me fabric came because I'm in the Fabric of the Month Club in the 20 count, and I have got to tell you this, I am loving the 20 count so much. This one's called Cinnamon, and the very light modeling in this is so lovely. It actually makes me think of flowers. I don't know if you can even see any of, yeah, you should. It looks like flower pattern all over. It's so pretty. It is so pretty. So that was my Fabric of the Month from Be Stitch Me. And then my Garon Toten Bag. I'm not giving up this club. I told y'all that I was going to get rid of like all of my of the month clubs, and I have gotten them dwindled down to Garon Toten Bags and the Be Stitch Me fabric month of the month. But look at this one. It's so pretty. It is so pretty. And I mean, I love bunnies, and it's just such a cute pattern. And then inside, jelly bean fabric, super cute. And then I also received one of the smaller, what does he call them? What does Ronnie call them, you guys? It's just like a small, you know, where you can put your accessories or whatever, or a smaller chart, but it would go in this bag. So fantastic. And I'm not sure if this was something that was given out for everybody for the month because of Easter, or whether it was like a birthday thing. I don't know, but it showed up in my bag, and I'm not asking questions. I love when I get little goodies that are super unexpected. Like, it's so fun, right? Yes. And then this is all Sarah Stitchin' Mommy's fault. I was watching one of her latest Flosstubes. I don't remember which one it was, you guys. So, now she has, and I think I've bought from Rita before. Rita has a Facebook group that she sells her fabrics on, and you can go and look on the albums and see what she has in the different categories of fabric style, right? Like Aida, linen, Eden weave, whatever. And Stitchin' Mommy had shown some fabrics that she had bought from Rita and reminded me why I needed to go back to Rita's Facebook group and buy some more fabric. So I'm fully 100% blaming Amy. I'm sorry, Sarah. She showed 28 count even weave that she was doing one of her Golden Kite or Hades or something, some big full coverage piece on. And I was like, yeah, why am I not? I mean, I work on 25 easy grid. So not too far off, right? So I was like, Rita's prices are so stinking cheap. You have to buy it in a yard. She doesn't sell anything less than a yard, so it's a yard or more. But her prices are so cheap. So I went on, and because it's going to be full coverage and you're not going to see like the fabric behind, I just chose this, I think it was called Dusty Rose, could be wrong. But that's what I'm calling it. So I got a yard of this, so cheap. And then there were two Aidas that I purchased. So like this was, I don't think I have my receipt, no. So I can't tell you exactly what the colors are, I'm sorry, but they're Aida. And I also want to say that they're 18 count Aida. I think they're 18 counts. So I got two different ones. This one's like more of an ivory antique white, and then this one's more like a mocha ish color. And so I got a yard each of these as well. And they came super fast. Like, you just go onto her Facebook page, you send her a message asking her if she has, you know, what you're interested in based on the albums. She will respond to you. She is very busy, so it might take a few days. And then she'll send you a PayPal. So super easy, and they came quite fast. So I purchased these 3 because I need more fabric. Like, I need a hole in the head, but I clearly needed more fabric. So, and when it's that cheap, like for real cheap, and it's stiff. I mean, the 8 is stiff, but I don't care. Like, yeah, it doesn't bother me because I've paid, you know, full price for stiff fabric elsewhere. A lot more money, so not bad. And then, okay, last but not least, I had showed this in my Instagram and I forgot to mention it in my last video, which again would have been 100 hours, but I had posted this. I saved the stitches. It was not originally going to be a save the stitches. I went to it because I liked the frame. This is a really nice light frame. It's plastic. It's going to look lovely when I clean it up a little and do some things to it to make it mine. But it was $1.99. Then when I discovered, because what I saw first was the frame, because, you know, I don't care normally what's in them. And then I saw the stitching. Okay. It's very clearly, you know, kind of oldish, you know, back in the 80s, early 90s, right? And then this ribbon is, there's no glass on this, so it's been out in the air and everything. The ribbon's very dirty, but they glued it. They glued the ribbon to the fabric. And the fabric is like, it's a linen. Yeah, I mean, and beautiful stitching. So I was like, okay, not my style in any way, shape, or form. Not at all. But I do really like this center. So I found a smaller frame. I took this out to look at how it had been done. You guys, it's been taped with packing tape to some cardboard. I'm horrified. Packing tape. Yeah. And just like wrapped around. Yeah, anyway. But I do really like the center of this piece. And so what I found a smaller frame that has a really beautiful inset for this oval. And so and it's gold. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, I'm going to take these things apart. I'm going to save as much of the fabric as I possibly can. And then make it into an oval, put it in the frame. So I will get a little bit of all of this around here, which I think is really cool. And it will make it look like it's, I think it'll look really cool anyways. So that's my intent for that. And then I'm using the frame for something different. But for $1.99, you guys, and that's why the whole like thrifting your pieces while you'll be gone and you probably won't care where your stuff is gone, it depresses me to think that all the time that I have spent, that it's just gonna end up in Goodwill for $1.99 or Value Village for $1.99, and hopefully somebody who will appreciate it, like me or you, will find it first. So yeah. But you know, also like there's also the theory that you're not doing this, you're doing it for your own enjoyment, right? And so, you know, does it matter where it goes after you're gone? Probably not. But I like to think that my kids would at least have some sort of investment in what their mother did, that they would keep, hopefully, most of the things that I have done. Not that anything is up on the wall, so let's be honest. Yeah, but yeah, whoever stitched that did a beautiful job. And it's just so sad that for $1.99 completely framed. Yeah. Okay. I think that is all. April, if you are interested in joining me for my birthday sal using one of the 3 hashtags that I've put together, and I'm going to put them down below because I actually don't even off the top of my head remember what they are. So if you're interested in doing some sort of Mira or Nora, or you have April's Blue Diamond and would like to do her for April, please join and tag me. I would love that. And yeah, I think that's it. Looking forward to May, and I've already chosen a few Miras that I would like to do, as well as kitted them up. So I was very excited to go through my fabric stash the other day and go, oh, this is going to look beautiful on that. Oh, I'm totally doing that on this. Oh, this is, there was a little bit of a party in my fabric stash. Me and my Miras were real happy to be putting fabric to pattern. So I will be doing that, and really looking forward to. I cannot wait to show you each week which Mira is going to come up. But like I said, there will be a free one. So if you know, just so that we get a wide variety, there will be some retired ones, some current ones, and a freebie. And there are 5 Mondays in May, so there will be 5 Miras started in May. I'm really excited about it. Okay, So that is all, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you had a good time, that you were able to do some work on whatever craft you're doing. Hopefully stitching or diamond painting or sewing or whatever it is that you're doing. I hope that you had a good time. I certainly did. And yeah, I hope you have a really great week ahead. I'm actually going to come back for a Stitch With Me video next week. While I have committed to Queen of Peace for after June, I'm going to get in as many whips as I possibly can before that time. And I have this sampler that I am dying to start. And so I think that I will come back with a Stitch With Me video on Sunday. Yeah, so have a really wonderful week. I hope you enjoy what you're doing. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you soon. Until then.